I think, what every person on Earth thought until the mid-19th century, actually.
Right, but
it's not a new idea.
God, he's so weird.
That's an insane take, dude. Yeah, humans believed it for longer than we haven't believed it, so it must be true. Here's Tucker Carlson saying so dumb that I guess even Joe Rogan had a hard time defending it.
Important to the people
But
around you.
if we don't think people are important, then what do we think is important? I guess that's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily that we don't think people are important, but if evolution is real, and if there is this
Is it real?
constant, I don't know, but
Dude, what? Tucker Carlson is
still out.
anti-evolution?
That tracks.
I didn't know that.
it's visible. Like you can measure it in certain animals.
You can measure adaptation.
Yeah.
But there's no evidence that in fact, I think we've kind of given up on the idea of evolution. The theory of evolution as articulated by Darwin is like kind of not true. Right?
In what sense?
Well, in the most basic sense, the idea that, all life emerged from a single cell organism and over time, and there would be a fossil record of that, and there's not. And
There's not a fossil record of transitionary species, like species that are adapting to its environment.
There's
and they
tons
develop-
of record of
Right.
adaptation, and you see it in your own life. I mean, I have a lot of dogs.
Why are
I
they
see
debating
adaptation
this?
in dogs, through the
Sure.
litter to litter. But no, there's no evidence at all that zero, that, people, evolve seamlessly from a single cell amoeba. No, there's not. There's no chain in the fossil record of that at all. And that's why you don't actually hear people, you hear them make reference to evolution because the theory of adaptation is clearly, obviously true. But Darwin's theory's totally that's why it's still a theory almost 200 years later,
What?
No, we have not found that at all.
I mean, so is gravity. Like, what does
And
he
I
mean?
can't even guess. I mean, I have my own theories on it, but they're not proven.
What are your theories?
God created people, distinctly,
yeah.
and animals. I mean, I think that's I think what every person on Earth thought.
Is this why he couldn't get into the CIA? No, I'm sure they had young Earth creationists in the CIA.
I didn't know that he was a creationist.
I don't even think he is. I think he literally is just like the LARP has fried his brain. I'm genuinely shocked.
Until the mid-19th century, actually.
Right, but
It's not a new idea.
they didn't have computers. They didn't have a general understanding that we have today of the process.
Do you think we understand more now?
Yes.
Really?
You don't think that we understand more
We
today?
understand way less. We understand so little that we're actually
It is kind of cool to see him be like so wrong, like objectively so wrong on an issue, but demonstrate that he still has that same cadence and that same confidence
Is it?
in the face of
Do we know?
yeah, I mean that's all he has, which is funny though because like he's sitting across from a literal baboon, like a half evolved one as a matter of fact, and he's making short work of this too. Like even him, he's like, what are you talking
the
about?
theory of adaptation is clearly, obviously true.
I
But
don't
Darwin's
get why
theories,
he's okay with adaptation, but not evolution.
Well, he's just, it's a different word for it. So it's different. Because if it's adaptation, then we adapted after God created us, I think. I don't know what he believes. I don't even know if he knows what he believes.
totally that's why it's still a theory almost 200 years later, No, we have not found that at all. And I can't even guess. I mean, I have my own theories on it, but they're not proven.
I love that he has his own theories on it, though. That's always very cute.
That's relatable. I also have my own theories on that stuff.
You know,
What are your theories?
God created people, distinctly, and animals. I mean, I think that's I think what every person on Earth thought until the mid-19th century, actually.
Right, but
It's not a new idea.
they didn't have.
God, he's so weird.
That's an insane take, dude. Yeah, humans believed it for longer than we haven't believed it, so it must be true. Yeah, dude, we believed a lot of shit, okay? The metric for people like this is very simple, and that is, okay, let's say you have a cut, or let's say you break your arm, or let's say you get a massive gash. Are you going to treat it with medicine or not? Because if you're going to treat it with medicine, and I know for a fact he's going to not do bloodletting because he's not a real one, then shut the fuck up about what people believe back then. That's crazy, dude. Motherfuckers like, well, germ. Okay, you could say that about germ theory. Like, you could say that about washing your goddamn hands.
I understand.
Oh my God, does Tucker Carlson not believe in germs?
I think he might be cooking a little bit. Every morning I get up and I drink a little bit of mercury just to kind of like
But the taste is so
keep
good.
myself, on my toes.
Yeah.
Inoculated.
Yeah, germs are fake. It's miasma and bad air.
That's so true. That's why you have to go to the sea when you're sick.
Wait, there's people unironically defending Tucker's take. Anybody dumping on Tucker Carlson for his podcast with Joe Rogan simply did not listen to its entirety or listen to it solely for the purpose of cherry-picking sound bites to mock Tucker. Probably more so the latter. The portion on evolution that went viral, sometimes viral comes down to two things, semantics and faith. Adaptation versus evolution is arguably a question of semantics, up to a point. And Tucker suggesting God created humans is no more fantastical than suggesting the existence of a universe came from singularity. In fact, it might be the same thing, which would explain why so many great scientists unequivocally believe in... Oh, shit. We effed.
What happened?
We lost connection. The internet pooped for a second. It's coming back now. Anyway,
you know what the problem is? You need Neil deGrasse Tyson to come in, but he's busy saying that like Star Wars isn't accurate or something.
Yeah. Adaptation versus evolution is arguably a question of semantics up to a point. And Tucker suggesting God created humans is no more fantastical than suggesting the existence of the universe came from singularity. In fact, it might be the same thing, which would explain why so many great scientists unequivocally believe in God. Where is this coming from? Like, is that like a new meta or something?
Many great scientists. I'm one of them. I'm one of the great scientists.
Either everything that is always was, or everything that is and always will be came from nothing. Both alternatives require some form of godly explanation. Oh, he owned it. He owned everybody in the marketplace of ideas. He's like, everything we don't know is probably God. That's literally the whole point of religion, dingus. That's like why it was so poppin' and is no longer as poppin' as it once was. What do you mean? We use that to fill the holes in our knowledge, to be like, yeah, I'm sure there's like some greater, higher purpose or higher power that is designing all of this for us, which I think is really funny because you're describing what scientists kind of do in a very ungodly way, which is precisely the reason why they were punished for many, many years. Back when God was popping way more. Law, this argument's you to hear back in atheist YouTube heyday. Yeah.
We're so back.
Except atheists, like, okay, like the atheist Redditors were phenomenally annoying. And weren't doing this kind of shit to like Christian supremacist fascists or whatever, and spent most of their time, most of their social capital, most of their cultural capital, expended it on hating Muslims and advocating to kill all Muslims. Either everything, regardless, highlight thus far, the measure of humility is really simple. Can you tell the truth about yourself? He was not making a semantical argument. Once certain aspects of evolution became undeniable, the argument for many creationists changed to the adaptability position. Oh, I love when the like weird right-wing losers argue amongst themselves because like some of them are atheist weirdos and the other ones are like Christian weirdos. This is my favorite genre. I suspect this is one of those like weird right-wing losers that is an atheist and he's like upset. Change to adaptability position, which allows an animals to adapt and change over time, but not to evolve into different species. A position that is complete denial of science to the levels of gender theory and sex denial. You are incorrect to say it is semantics. Oh, see? Yeah, definitely. I love talking about gender theory when also talking about the hard science of evolution. Like defending evolution, but then also talking about gender theory is so funny because what do you mean gender? Like what is a gender? There is no gender in the animal kingdom. He's saying that it's gender theory is science denial. And he's saying sex denial is science denial. That thread is the true social app experience. Well, it's the Twitter experience now. This is the most Twitter thread of all time. At 56:28, the YouTube upload of this Joe compares vaccine mandates to dropping the atom bomb.
They should make an Oppenheimer about that.
Yeah.
That'd be
but
sick.
instead with Antonio Fauci, never put an Italian in a position of power.
The devil himself.
Never put an Italian in a position of power. You get what you deserve. Wait, Fox News host denies germs are real?
This is awesome.
What but this guy was like revolutionary. This is 5 years ago.
He hasn't washed hands in 10 years.
Bro, this is before COVID. Look.
I can't see them. I can't see them. They're not real.
What the
I don't really wash my hands ever, he said.
Dude, I love whenever people talk about sex and they talk about gender and then they're like, this is unscientific. It's like, so what happens in your mind when you see, like, when you find out about the existence of like the seahorse? Okay, like, does that just destroy you? Like, everything you know, all of a sudden broken at a fundamental level. You're like, what do you mean? Or even like, you have a dog,
They just think
you
that
take your dog to the dog park and then you see your male dog try to another male dog. You're like, what? Dude, what the is going on? This is everything I knew is wrong. Like,
that's
sorry.
God. That's what God is doing.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe your dog watched Disney movies or something while you were watching it, and that's why he's gay now. Oh, so stupid.